very talented comedian, one of my dear friends, and I promise she'll make you laugh. Leslie Battle! Woo!
Ooh, sorry. See, that's what friends do. Hello, Cafe Carriac here for Illuminaughti. Who's feeling naughty? So here's the part that's gonna gross you out. I'm 52 years old. I'm old enough to be your mom. There ain't no other 50-year-olds on the room, are you? I can talk all kind of shit and you gonna believe it. What? Are y'all really ready for Gen Xers to be the wise people though? Like, cause we not. Oh man. Look, I gotta tell y'all though too. Like I had 50 years to get ready for being 50, right? You think that's like plenty of lead up time. It's not like the SATs or nothing, you know? Like it's coming. It's I'm mad at my doctor. When I was younger and I was younger than the doctors, I could just blindly have respect for them. But now when I see a doctor, I'm wondering which Blue's Clues do they have? Because, bitch, if it was Steve, you ain't prescribing shit, okay? Tell me nothing. I got these issues with blood pressure because, you know, comics don't have high blood pressure. What? My doc was like, well, you know, this is the thing we need to fix with meds. And I'm like, well, you know, I haven't been exercising. I haven't been eating right. Maybe it's a diet and exercise thing. She's like, oh, no, this is a thing that just happened. Y'all couldn't tell me that in 7th grade. You know how many steaks I skipped? For this to just happen any fucking way? What? That's not cool. Didn't find out until my first pregnancy that gestation is actually 40 weeks. Who wants to do the math on how many months that is? That's some bullshit is what it is. I thought I was a relatively wise person. I even knew how I got pregnant. I mean, so humbling. So very humbling. My children are now 29, 25, and 21. And I'm not grandma. Because they know mama went crazy in that divorce and they ain't chancing shit, okay? They're just like, we still gotta have jobs. We can't just be giving those kids to anybody, and mom counts as anybody at this point. She recognizes her limitations. I mean, let's be real. I still like to wear booty shorts, okay? I'm trying to be Tina Turner for this generation. Don't fight with me. It's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, Leslie, you look so good for your age. You're just so cute. Bitch, this is on purpose. I got co-pays to think about. This is a vanity. I have to be healthy or my budget is shot. Gone. It's wild. I really try not to talk about 45 or call him by his government name because he gets plenty of free press, but his people.
Talk about it.
I'm just trying to understand why the people who don't understand that representation matters swear that Jesus was white. Anybody got some answers on that for me? I am also a military veteran. I served in the Army for a total of 26 years. I got some feels about it, though. I need white men to quit fucking shit up for everybody else. I used to be, I could tell people I'm a veteran, they'd be like, oh, really? Where'd you serve? Now I tell people I'm a veteran, they were like, you weren't a January 6th, were you? Look at me, bitch. No. First of all, I could have told you about 3 people that was gonna be there, and guess what? Couldn't stand there after before January 6th, and they know better than to subpoena me because I'll tell all the tea, okay? Y'all need to listen to us, sister. 3 or 77 of us. I don't know how many there are. It really cracks me up because people be like, Leslie, did you really serve in the Army? Like, that's some shit that black chicks just be running around talking about all the damn time. Shanika wasn't really a sergeant. Yes, bitch, she was. Trust me. That is not... But I can't talk so much trash about it though, because I was around for 26 years. Like, you don't do anything for 26 years if you don't like it, right? Like, there's gotta be, yes, I have questions about my own psyche, okay? We already talked about that a little bit. And they taught me some really important skills, you know, like how to do a proper push-up and how to think strategically. And ladies, day one of basic training, how not to get pissed the fuck off when you see other women dressed like you, because damn! Did get divorced. Dating as a 40-something black woman in Ohio who's a military veteran. How am I not intimidating? Like, I can't do anything without somebody being scared. And then one day I was just like thinking about it, right? And I was like, you know, maybe I need to be kinder to these people, because it's really not realistic to expect a dude to get with a woman that he knows is trained to kill but still gets her cycle. That's not scary at all, right? Like, who wants to be the dude who brings home the wrong flavor of ice cream that week? Okay? You didn't say butter pecan? I'm just saying they don't have a Lifetime movie about it yet, so maybe it's not. Actually, my guy found me. He's real sweet, yes. But you know how they say, you know, love will find you when you're ready? I was 50. I'm a fucking hardhead, huh? Like, what? Universe was like, no, you, not yet. You're not ready yet. My little turkey baster thing didn't pop yet. It is really sweet, though. We met on the internet, as one does. I like to cosplay. So one of my profile pictures was me as Lana Kane, right? Yeah. Love the fucking boots, y'all. I don't give a fuck. Okay? That's pretty sweet. So he says, I would gladly be the archer to your Lana Kane. I mean, he's here, it worked, right? Like, it wasn't until like 6 months later we were watching reruns. I was like, oh my God, how fucked up was their relationship though? Archer was fucking everything that walked, and Lana got a baby put inside her when she thought he was gonna die. Like, that's not healthy. Maybe I knew what I was signing up for. It's funny though, he's got me watching NASCAR. I know, right? You know I got nothing good to say about NASCAR, right? It's literally like a metaphor for the patriarchy. NASCAR is a perfect example of white dudes breaking the fucking rules and then getting pissed off when they get caught. Every damn time. And then what I really love is they gonna bring God into it anyway. Before every race they have an invocation, right? I don't care what that reverend says. This is what I hear. Oh Lord, in heaven, please help us not kill each other while we try to kill each other hurtling around this track in one direction for 200 miles an hour. We're going to do it as safely as possible, but you know, just in case. Were you there, Lord? He has to deal with me doing some, what I would call, I call it atypically. Like, my brain just does, it's 100 miles an hour all the time. Like, we were watching Goodfellas, right? And you know the scene in Goodfellas where they killed the guy with the ice pick? Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm for a lab tech. I actually used to assist on autopsies, so me talking about dead bodies is like not gross somehow. So I was just like, you know, I bet if somebody actually died that way, you really wouldn't be able to tell because, you know, the wound would be really small. It shouldn't bleed that much. And he was like, yeah, you know, like once they die, the heart stops pumping, so it's not going to have them bleed out. And yeah, you probably couldn't really tell. And I'm just like, well, you know, except for them being dead part, right? And he just looks at me like, well, yeah, that. He knows what he signed up for, too. But this ain't even a joke. I just have to talk about this because I'm so excited about it. For Halloween, we're going to be Austin Powers and Foxy Cleopatra. So for my 52nd birthday, I modeled my gold cat suit. And then I turned around and told one of my life coaches, you know, maybe I'm not that boring after all. She was like, okay, a breakthrough is a breakthrough. We'll work on intensity. But I have 3 life coaches. I have a peer counselor at the VA. I have another counselor at the VA, and I have a massage therapist. I'm just saying, for everybody who doesn't have like a whole team and you still making it, give yourself a fucking round of applause. Because it took me this long to realize I need this many people just to keep my head together.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend. But we're trying to drive each other crazy, so that's a whole different thing. I do have a son who is married. The wedding was beautiful. But I was in the very odd, precarious predicament of having to make sure I didn't look hotter than the bride. Like, I'm not even a vain person, you know, but it's just like, this is her day. Don't. Tell you what, though, I love me some thrift stores. Where my thrift store shoppers at? Thrift store is the joint, man. But it's funny because you see the most outlandish shit at the thrift store, and you're just like, I could need that. What, that Bjork swan dress from 1992? For $5 though? I could need that. I'm trying to like clear up clutter, and I've made so many moves and all this kind of stuff. Who's got boxes that they've had for like longer than 2 years? I only see one hand, 2 hands. Okay, that's good, that's good. So the rest of y'all are telling me, bitch, what's a box? Use those things for what? It's interesting now. What really gets me about being my age though, I really feel like, first of all, millennials, I know y'all are exhausted, I get it, right? But this whole skipping over Gen X to call yourselves old, that shit's getting ridiculous, okay? It is our turn. We've been getting skipped over since ever already. Just let us have like 2 or 3 days. That's really all we want. Like, we don't really want like a whole like decade or nothing. Just like let us have 2 or 3 days and be like, oh yeah, no, like that being old shit. That's not. But the part that's harder for me is the tech, right? Like, when I was in high school, I took an actual typing class with actual typewriters, right? You know where you find typewriters now? In fucking museums, okay? Ooh, that's got the correction ribbon? That's really cool. Craziness. I love my daughter, I love her to pieces, but every time she finds a new, like, app to communicate through, then I need it. Like, she is literally the only other human being on the planet that I communicate with via Snapchat. And then one day she was like, Mom, you gotta try Signal. I'm like, I can't have all these ghost accounts. I'm already using 1Password. Something's gonna get hacked and it's gonna be, oh. And I hate mandatory obsolescence. I hate having a phone for 2 years and finally being used to the phone after 2 years, even with the GD updates that I didn't ask for, and y'all making the phone do shit, and I gotta figure it out every 3 days because y'all doing new stuff to it that's supposed to be better. Guess what? It's not. Finally broke down and bought myself a new laptop. No, I haven't opened it yet. I am scared. And then, of course, my tech-savvy friends are just like, well, you know, the longer you wait to open that, you're going to have get more updates. I literally just want to play Word. I just don't type that well on my phone. I'm saying, if I had typewriters in high school, I shouldn't be on TikTok trying to learn how to twerk. That's all. I'm saying I shouldn't be editing video. I want But here's the thing. As much as I want to be that old person who doesn't get tech, I also don't want to be that old person who doesn't get tech. Because the last thing that I want in my entire existence is to actually fall for the African Prince scam. Like, I am so paranoid every day that I'm going to open up an email and actually be like, what? Free Starbucks? Sure. How did they know? There are so many scams. There's so many scams. And oh my gosh. I'm one of those people, like, I got hacked, right? And I'm holding my phone in the middle of the night because who goes to sleep with their phone in their hand? And all of a sudden, my messenger sends out 100 messages while I'm holding my phone in my hand. And I literally stay up long enough to respond to each message. Don't open, I got hacked. Don't open, I got hacked. Don't open, I got hacked. Because these people that I haven't communicated with in the past 2 years somehow still create enough pressure for me to be like, oh, I don't want to be that person who did that thing. Knowing that they sent me spam stuff before, too. It's weird because I've been out of high school for 34 years. Who's 34 or younger? Yeah, I know the whole room. Who said, oh, man? Like,
34-year-old or under.
Okay, so you're what, like 35? We don't have to, never mind this. It ain't everybody's business. But now I hear that the young people are calling the latter half of the 1900s the late 1900s. Y'all are setting yourselves up for some bullshit, you know that? I just want you to know. Because trust me, when we were in our 20s and 30s, we were talking shit about stuff, and now it's just kind of like, wait a minute, yeah, it's 40 years old already? What? That's crazy. It's funny, though, because I went to a concert a while back, and it was the OJs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. Because I had a conversation with people who were both older and younger than me who had not heard of the OJs. How weird is it to be the person that's in this generation where people both older and younger than you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? And it messes with you. Like, the music that's on the classic rock station now is stuff I used to listen to at work when I was a whole ass adult. It's hurtful. I'm just saying, prepare yourselves for when nobody knows who the fuck The Weeknd is, because it's coming. And when it hits, you're going to be like, oh, damn, that comic back in 2022 said this shit with They tell us to listen to Black Woman, and I just wasn't ready, couldn't do it. But what's really fun about being 50 is there are still people who are older than me. Like when I want to bitch about being old, there's always some 70-year-old lady who's like, you still got your gallbladder, rookie. You was born with both those knees too, that's so cute. You have a 30-year-old son? Mine's 50. Like, Gladys be putting bass in her voice and everything. It's crazy. I have a great aunt. She's 101 years old. She's been on this earth since the year 1921. Right? Yay, longevity. I was talking to her on her tablet. I'm telling you that because that is telling you how mentally sharp she still is. 101. She uses a tablet. Calls me on it. We're having a conversation. She goes, now, Leslie, you still going to church, aren't you? Here's the thing. I got this thing about being honest, but I'm also not going to ask her if Jesus really looked like Brad Pitt when she feels like she's in a home stretch. Like, it's just not cool to take that away from somebody at that place in their life. But I do have a lot of questions, and what fell out of my mouth was, absolutely not. I just knew I was going to get read the riot act. Like, she is the remaining sibling of 12. Like, this is the matriarch of the family. Like, I done plugged up. She says, now, Leslie, you know you need to have a relationship with the Lord. And I said, Auntie, I didn't say that I don't have a relationship with the Lord. I know that he loves me and he wants what's good for me. It's just church people are messy, and I ain't got time for that bullshit no more. And I kid you not, my 101-year-old aunt says, honey, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm in Leslie Battle. Enjoy the rest of the show. Let's get weird.
Let's give it up again for Leslie.